Hey, what's up, everybody? That's KEVIN SHERRILL. You should know him. He's saying hello to you guys. You should also know me, RAF ESPARZA, your longtime friendly neighborhood BJJ podcaster. And I have to tell you, there are a few things that make me happier in this world. I'm joined by an old friend. And not like, he's not old, but I mean like jiu-jitsu, actually kind of old, but that's not the point. He's a longtime friend. You recognize him as my co-host of Verbal Tap, my co-host partner of more than 10 years, Kevin Phillips, making time to join us. Kevin, what does it feel like? What are you thinking right now? You have since retired from the world of competitive grappling podcasting, and now you're watching as a civilian. What does all this mean to you? What are you seeing right now?
I took down some notes.
Okay.
It started with, how far away are we from them dripping baby oil down the walls of the CJI, just to make sure they can't climb up that mofo, because the tacket hit it like a cat and swung back. I love this. I love it. They're not going out of bounds. I told you off air I wanted chubby people pushing them back in at the top of this.
You know what it is? Kevin was just short of asking for Oompa Loompas. Like, I now understand how Willy Wonka started as a thing.
100% better idea. Let's dress the shortest, plumpiest people we have in jiu-jitsu in similar outfits. Spring them around. Why? Okay, let me just zoom out. First of all, this Cade Rotolo match, are we about to find out who won?
We
That's
are,
what's happening now?
and I do believe it should be
know?
Cade.
Do you? Okay, I was like, do you two already know? Because I'm just flying lottery style with these rules.
It's coming up right now. They're like tensively looking at each other. Victor Savelio is. I'm sorry. Show. Hold on. Oh man, it looks like it's split. Oh man, this is a lot. I mean, dude, normally this shit doesn't matter, but this is $1 million.
Is it $1 million? Is it?
Yeah.
Like that's real?
Not this one. This is to the finals.
It's to the finals. So this is $1 million at stake.
Oh, the Rotolo gets the shot at the mill.
God. Listen, dude, if nothing else, there's one more match for him to win. But if he does win, has earned his $1 million prize if he does win. Like,
that was absolutely insane. That
phenomenal.
match. They look intense. They were babies last time I was doing jiu-jitsu. They're now
throw Andrew, you know, a few G's for that match, bro. Out of respect.
Brazilian Fight Factory out of Austin, old school and now new school. Okay, why is this going on? Why do I see Gordon Ryan looking a lot like he should be homeless in an FX series? We're going ADCC against CJI. What happened? Is there a breakup?
How much time do you have, Kev? Like, I just love the fact that you came in, you've been out of the game, and you're just like, what happened? Did you guys have a malfunction as a sport since I've been gone? Oops, yay. No, dude.
I only have a few minutes before the store wrap. But you guys unfucking retired Rafael Lovato Jr. Keep going. And listing things I dropped in on today.
And he also may be a medalist again. He is one match away from at least podiuming. And I will tell you this, even if he loses that match, he could still end up medaling. It's insane that the legend of Rafael Lovato Jr. continues to grow. But here's what I want to tell you, Kevin. I think that you know better in this world, and you knew that we were going to hit a breaking point where somebody was going to say, hey, could we grapple for money? And people got tired of not doing it for money. Did you think, does this mean we've taken too long, or is it the right time, or where are we at on this, Kevin? Like, do you think we're right where we need to be, or would this have been great to have happened 10 years ago? Was this a reckoning we needed when we started as podcasters?
These walls are a good idea. I'll say that. I don't know about the rest of it. This has been the most busy day professionally ever for like jiu-jitsu journalism. There's like 6 people employed to announce right now, which is, I don't know, 4 more than any given moment.
Just I have not seen. Still not conveniently me, Kevin. We have been very good at sending other people there. Still not me. Just wanted to make sure you knew that.
They needed you to do this, which is run traffic cop. Now, ethically, Oh, good. I like this. I like that he has to go fill his name out. That would
Yeah.
be the most nerve-wracking part of this, Raph, when we used to have to put our names on the board in forensics. It's like, my spelling is fine. It's fine. But when I'm in public, it's not fine. Like, I get stage fright about my name, spelling simple things.
They find out that you write like an illiterate, so they're just like, wow, wow. That's embarrassing for you, kid.
Looks like a serial killer took a shot at it. So we've got T-Mobile Arena hosting ADCC, which was pretty good. I understood the rules still.
Okay.
Gordon Ryan wins.
Yes.
Barely.
Yeah.
Not a particularly fun match. I flipped channels over to the YouTubes where these two look like they have been dipped in some sort of cocaine-based stimulant and tossed into a bin of mat. I don't know what they call it. Okay. And they appear to be fighting for what is the most money I've ever heard of in grappling. Am I like, have I honed in?
The messaging is clear. You are correct, sir. Have you been more excited about ADCC or the Craig Jones Invitational? Does the Craig Jones Invitational have a lifetime customer in Kevin Phillips, or do you still have an affinity, a heart for ADCC?
Variety is the spice of life. If you don't get a little something on the side, whether that's Muay Thai training, wrestling, you can't devote your life to jiu-jitsu and hope that you ever start to learn. You're right. You got to do some wrestling. You got to go to another gym. This is the same principle. I feel invigorated. I feel like I've been flirting. I feel like I'm in a dance. This has been lovely. And the fact that it's actually $1 million, I thought we had a Halleck situation. I'm not sure we don't, by the way. We could have Craig Morris. And if it happens, I call the term.
Yeah, I was about to say, nobody has come up with Craig Morris, you dick. That is good. We are taking that to the trademark office ASAP.
We'll see if the checks cash. That's what I was like, what do they Venmo each other? Is it Bitcoin? Like, this has a bad ending if he doesn't deposit.
You know what? You're right. It's 100% a Bitcoin. Kev, be honest. How many minutes of jiu-jitsu have you consumed in the past 24 hours?
Over under about 94, I think.
Okay. You know what? That's better than I thought it was going to be. That's pretty solid. That's good stuff.
My son is obsessed with fans, and he got distracted by a very large one we have here. So I had a minute to throw it onto the screen in the office. It was just like, I'll just let it be. I'll drift in and out. I'll legit stop, stare at the screen, and be like, Rafael Lovato Jr. retired. There are things I know. There are things I know that are true. I know he's not fighting there. I was like, so what has switched? And then, nope, go figure. Guess who it is?
Yep.
I thought it was Cyborg was fighting on like Mat 4, and I was like, all right, they clipped to the last like 10 years ago.
It does feel like a little bit like, what if it is Lovato and Cyborg in the finals and we just go like, you get the whole Jumanji meme of like, what year is it? So you go, yeah, this could be slightly nerve-wracking. Kev, you're looking at the Craig Jones Invitational. What would you like to see from it? Like, what's missing from the Craig Jones
graphic
Invitational?
With the points and the rules, maybe just to quickly catch us up on whatever the hell's going on, and the aforementioned Oompa Loompas, but like a little bit of I love, obviously, Brandon McCatherine and Josh Palmer have teamed up, and there's been, look, people don't forget, Josh. People don't forget, and there's been no shoe issues.
Not this time.
So he's pretty much sealed it off. Maybe you and I are the only ones that remember. Like, people have collectively forgotten. I'm sure Josh is like, you know who never mentions that? Anyone else.
It's just you guys. And I feel like I've seen other people make that mistake since, so it's not the absolute worst, but we were very pointed with him. And perhaps it was because it was one of the first large stages that somebody just kept their shoes on while walking on the mats, and we were like, no.
Can't do it.
Kev, I want to ask
now
this
someone who went viral from that night is now doing commentary next to him with his Alabama charm.
That's true. You know what I mean, man? Listen, all guests on Verbal Tap So they know where it's been. They know where the action's at. Kev, you're a civilian now at this point.
This will confuse my wife. I'm talking to Raf on the Grappling Hour show. She's like, "What year is it?" She's having a Lovato moment now for it.
I'm sure she's just like, is he still doing that? Like, okay.
Raf, God damn it! Can't you just call like a normal person?
Yeah, I know, man. This is always how we do our family reunions.
Are
here.
there more fights CGI tonight?
There
CGI.
are finals. So you're not the only one, my friend. You should know that we have the finals for both big boys and the under 80. And then this is where I was getting to next. Fionn Davies and Mackenzie Dern. Any interest in that?
Oh, yeah, actually. Okay. And so you asked about the other minutes. Last night, I crushed some of day one. So I was like, just trying to get a little assimilated. It still seems like the basic moves are a problem. You don't want people on your foot. That's bad. They grab it, they turn it. And that just still looks quite painful. The other thing people are doing more of, which is just covering your mouth, which I do think we should outlaw. I think we should just get rid of it, put it under like the dick move clause of jiu-jitsu.
I need to introduce you back again to one Milton Arguello, because that motherfucker, when we roll, does nothing but that. And then will look at me like, oh, it's fine, you're good. And I go, I'm so mad at you, dude. Like, this is a declaration of war, you asshole. So I do find that. So yes, so you feel good about that. I'll ask another question. Interest in Gabby Garcia versus Craig Jones. Scale of 1 to 10.
14. What? What are you? Did they just listen to old episodes of Verbal Tap? And we're like, we can make that. We can make that happen. Absolutely.
So, but like, a lot of people out of the woodwork came back for this one. Stuart Cooper got to tell his story. Flow Grappling and ADCC were kind of dicks to him. Laranja shows back up to do the interview and is whipping Gabby Garcia. Bugs Bunny, Craig Jones, kisses Gabby Garcia on the mouth and is just like, mwah. And she goes, no, too far, Craig, to build in this extra excitement. How much, is that making your purview? Does that even get in your window? You don't even have Instagram, so none of this ever would cross you, but it's killing on Instagram. Is it finding its way to you?
This. Eddie Bravo hosting a Cancun resort is the closest thing to a jiu-jitsu pyramid scheme I've ever heard. I'm sure you learn things. Like, I'm sure it's good. There's people there, but no way is that getting filed on everyone's taxes in the most correct way.
Thank you for that.
The advertisements have been speaking to me. There's someone that does appear to be, I don't know what meth looks like if it becomes a human being, but do you know who I'm talking about? The person sitting at the chair with the puffed up hair that keeps selling a product.
Yes.
In a way that you're like, I'm not leaving you alone with my children. It's not happening.
I'm glad that you've put up some safeguards here, Kevin. Do you have any predictions? Let's start with predictions for the Craig Jones Invitational. Who do you think takes it tonight? Is it Nicky Rod? Is he winning it?
Can we start just a little further? Will there be a second one? And I put the odds at 50-50.
Okay.
There will be I don't know what his middle name is, a Craig Andrew Jones Invitational. Craig Jones 2. Maybe they'll find a name that doesn't, I don't know. Craig is like, how'd you come up with it? Like, where'd the name come from for you guys? Were you on have a think tank about it? I'm pretty excited to find out if a B team person wins this, because I do think that's bad for branding. But sure, Nicky Rod steroids are as good as anybody else's.
Shots fired, sir. We don't know that for sure.
Oh, fair. Well, I think we do. I don't know. I haven't gotten a chance to make fun of Nicky Rod or Gary Tonin yet, which you and I will talk about. It's like, is Gary Tonin retired without the announcement? I guess. Embarrassing. I was like, we got to roast him before he disappears. Starts playing bass.
We had somebody who was like, "Oh my god, did you make fun of Gary Tonin?" I was like, "Have you ever listened to anything we've done? That's our job."
the whole match. I was like, I hope he breaks your arm. Oh God. Oh God. And I think Gabby Garcia probably wins. Just
Okay.
put it out there.
Do you have a pick between Levi Jones-Leary and Cade Rotolo?
Oh my God. I hope the mat holds up is mostly my prediction. I hope they donate $100,000 to whoever has to help disassemble the mat. And frankly, where did this? Okay, I know I'm obsessed. I think Rotolo's going to win. I think Tackett's probably the second toughest person on the planet, and he almost won that. Who created this inverted ring thing? Did somebody? Have you ever, Raph? You've been to every gym that exists on the planet. Kevin has the jawline that suggests he's been to a few. Have you ever seen one like this? Never seen this.
No, I think this is the only concoction a fever dream could really think up. Like, this is something that somebody who is on something, let's say cocaine, got together and said, I think we just need to, what if we rolled in a pit? And everybody goes, yeah, that's great. Oh, fuck, man.
Yeah, the Thunderdome was really questionable from a business standpoint.
Nobody thought about the business practices of Thunderdome. Kev, I have another Kevin here. So, Sherrill, he's known as, by the way, he is known as handsome Kevin Sherrill. So you know what happens when I started telling people like, oh, we've been working with a guy named Handsome Kevin. And they were like, oh, that seems like an affront to the Kevin you worked with. And I thought, I didn't name him this. But now, Kevin, I mean, what I want to do is this. Listen, look at this man right here. This is like the best in the business. You're an emerging talent. What questions do you have for one of the best of all time to do a BJJ podcast, sir?
How do you stop squirming on camera? How does that happen? How do you stop doing this number? Because I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't unlocked the code.
I don't want to like prescribe barbiturates without a license. I have to sit down if I'm staying focused on camera because I'm not currently. I'm just standing, and again, not good because 2 hours a week online college classes, I can see myself like zipping back and forth, getting a little confused. So, a deep breath, a grounding whiskey, and I don't know what your chemicals of choice are to relax. But
noted.
Right now, it looks like you have cat ears. Can you see him on camera?
Yeah, I've stopped.
It's just so adorable. Every time he turns his head, the picture has him framed perfectly with really.
Some of my students pointed that out to me, and I have intentionally not been telling Raf because I think it's hilarious, and I'm afraid he'd fix it. He'd move me.
Yeah, that was a misread on that one. I've intentionally not fixed it because I found it too funny.
Yeah,
it made its
I want
way
to put a little
me.
dot on your nose, it feels like the Halloween episode.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Then, I have to go to the store because I live a domesticated life.
I understand that.
Closes. First of all, the neighborhood I live in.
Before you leave, though,
to get through the produce aisle at this time of night.
Believe me, we went to a Walmart in Vegas, sir, at like 10 p.m. We get it.
Before you leave, sir, near the oranges,
give him some advice because you have lived through what some call focused me. Others may call tyrant me. You've done work with me when we've been on location. What advice do you have for Kevin and Tim, another longtime friend of the show, to get through the remaining time we have together as a live crew here in Vegas?
Yeah. The first is a hint, and that's that I'm going to set my watch with how much time I have left because Raf's a workaholic. Second, so clock starts. My therapist and I have been talking about this a lot, and I don't want to get too deep, but I don't know how much you've looked into processing trauma therapy. It's pretty simple. So it starts by finding time for you. And I know everyone says that. Don't let him scare you. Don't let him bully you. You find a minute and you eat if you need to eat. Try not to do it on camera. That tends to really agitate the jiu-jitsu community we've found more than anyone else, Raph. They get pretty judgy about your snacks. That's a different thing. 2, some basic breathing exercises. And then the third is and this one can be tough, a proper set of boundaries. You've all had that training partner, just pushes it a little too far on the Thursday night. You're not ready to go there. You're like, I want to live to fight until Monday. It's very similar to that. And that's how Tim and I have been working through it, which is also my therapist's name. So that's nice.
Fair enough. Kevin Phillips, I appreciate you for calling in. You're the best, and you are missed here, but I always appreciate you calling in, sir. You are a stand-up friend, sir.
Great to finally meet you, man.
I signed up for 2 tomorrow also.
Oh, you did? Oh, shit. Then why was they saying
swear to
nice?
God.
The motherfucker
If
gets
my
some sleep.
writer doesn't say it, but I will not do a second appearance with another Kevin, and I think you know that. So if he's here again tomorrow, I'm canceling.
Great to meet you. Get rid of this guy.
Kevin, get to the store. We'll see you tomorrow then.
Later, all.
See you, brother. And that's how you do a show for 10 years.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Yeah, he's the best. Sucks, man. This dude's all like, I want to have a life, and it's like boring.
The guy has other things he's doing.
I think the worst part is people would always tell me, they're like, because anytime they see us like a end of a thing, are you guys okay? Yeah. But like, you can't exist without this. And I was like, I'm pretty sure we'll still keep in touch. They're like, no, I don't think so, man. I think that's it for you guys.
It's crazy people find that you, or for some reason believe that the thing that brought y'all together as friends is the thing that keeps y'all together. I have several of my closest friends are people I met through jiu-jitsu and wrestling. And hardly any of them still train.
Fascinating.
Like, my closest friends, I've got a little like lore drop, a little Dungeons and Dragons group. And all of those people used to train for the most part. I think half of them, 2 of them still train now. 3 of them used to train, don't train really anymore, haven't trained for, year. One of them occasionally pops by an open mat kind of thing, like every now and then, but for the most part doesn't really train. And we are all like super close friends. One of them's the guy that drove me to the airport at 4 a.m.
And thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah, for real. Thank you again, Angel. And like literally his name is Angel. That's not a term of endearment. He lives up to it though, apparently. God.
I mean, it does look like they gave away Gordon Ryan's Miata, by the way.
Oh, that's what they've been doing.
That's what they did. So that's why they zoomed in on that lady. Which is like, me, I did it. So now she was making her way down. And they gave her like a nice security system. Like security was like, no, ma'am, right over here. That's awesome. To Gordon Ryan's Miata. And the presentation they had for that over on the side, we didn't even get the chance to talk about that. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. Looking forward to that one. Got a little preview in the chat of what's coming in. Sounds good. Just so you know, sir, since they're going to be coming back sooner than later, you can start getting ready to kind of exit out in a few. Well, I know you already got ready. I'm just saying we're on the upswing. Whenever you want to start doing it, I may use a little bit of a time to get a bathroom break or here. Fuck, dude, show me. Oh, thank you. Superfight. Ooh, it is spicy time for the world. Yes, we're about to get to some super fights, but yeah, that dude's still out. Oh, wow. Man, oh God. I love that you're like, oh, couldn't tell if they were just like sticking the hand in to get him to, hold on. Oh, is that Song Yadong? No, that's like Jingling. My apologies. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Eesh. Wow, that was impressive. Good on him. Thank you for sharing. And we're getting word that we'll potentially have some interviews coming down the pipeline. Appreciate you guys. Why don't we take a look at what was happening a little bit earlier in the day. There's been a lot of stuff that our guys have been doing their best to get you extended coverage of stuff that has been happening over at the Craig Jones Invitational Live. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a moment to actually look at a little bit of that footage and bring you guys some of the stuff that was making us laugh on our side and making us entertained, laughing a bunch. Oh, for a split second, I thought we were getting a call in here, but thank you again to all of you who are tuning in, all new friends, new, old, you name it. We appreciate you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, etc., etc. You know the deal. If you don't follow us, we'd appreciate one right now. But check this out. Here is some footage from the guys who were back on over to the Craig Jones Invitational a little bit earlier today.
Standing outside T-Mobile.
As a reminder, there is no
There's a
re-entry once you have entered
pretty
T-Mobile.
okay, pretty large
No bags are allowed.
exodus of people coming out.
Exception of a clutch.
It sounds like they're at a break right now. Are they at intermission right now?
One fight left.
Are you guys allowed to go back in if you come out? Oh, so everyone's just leaving. You going to Craig Jones Invitational?
Located on 12 Plaza, adjacent to the Allegiant stage.
How far we need to get away?
Of course, that's not the only thing that they were finding. They continue to have more success, and they continue to find some more nonsense throughout the day. So what we'll do, we'll take you back to a little bit more of the nonsense you were seeing that that Tim was able to find himself in just a few minutes later. So it was, it's a learning experience. A lot of our guys are seeing exactly what's happening and giving you guys that kind of update, that little thing, that little bit of knowledge that you wouldn't see sitting at home, because that's what we do here. We bring you all the information possible. Check out what happened shortly after they recorded that.
Standing outside T-Mobile Arena. I'm here with Mike DeWitt. How you doing, Mike?
Good, good.
Hey, who'd you come here to see today?
Today, Miragali and Bodoni for sure. And Ryan Aitken, of course, and the 10th Planet guys, Keith Krikorian.
What surprised you out there today?
Pixley and Miragali, that was a big surprise for sure.
I think because Miragali made a post a couple days ago congratulating himself for his double gold, that's kind of a hard one to eat. What do you think is going through his mind right now?
I mean, if he's broken, like if he's injured, then it's like he's probably pretty down for sure. But if it's just something he can kind of like suck it up and do the open, the absolute, then I mean, he probably is not too hard on himself.
Describe to me the mood in there, because what I can tell so far is everyone's kind of leaving. There's still a super fight that's left to do. This was kind of tacked on at the end. Is that the general sentiment?
I think so. I think just with all the matches that are getting ready to go on to CJI, that like it's tough with super fight that maybe people aren't as interested in. You know, there's a lot of really good matches getting ready to happen. So.
Did you buy your ADCC ticket first or your CJI ticket?
Yeah, we had ADCC tickets first. Yeah.
Did you try to sell your ADCC tickets?
No, we were all going to be here, so we figured we're just going to do the thing and figure out how to go in between two spots. Yeah.
Who's winning $1 million?
I feel like Cade's going to win and Nicky Rod. Those are my picks. Cade and Nicky Rod.
Pretty good picks right there. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely. Thank
All
you.
right, dude. No, we didn't.
I like that we got the end of that being like, no, we didn't. I don't know what that means, but
No, come on.
yes, very good stuff. Thank you so much for that, Tim. Appreciate you guys for sticking with us. We have been doing coverage, but it looks like we got Mackenzie and Fionn coming to us right now. Very excited for this. How do you see this playing out, sir?
Fion's going to dominate. I would love to believe that this is a match with parity, but I do think this is new guard versus old. Mackenzie is one of the best to ever do it. There is no disrespect there whatsoever to acknowledge that Fionn is the best to ever do it. I think it's going to be a big takedown by Fionn, probably early, and then pretty dominant top work, as Fionn tends to do with most people. Potentially in a sub, but I doubt it.
Okay. Oh, we're
yeah.
already off.
Yeah, Mackenzie's pretty scrappy. Yeah, Fionn wants. She's not being paid by the minute.
I mean, Fionn is also coming in a very, very nice way. There was no assurance as to how this would work, especially for people who are hankering for a female division, and she loaned her credibility to this. She said, no, if you've got a super fight and you've got a way to involve me, let's do that if you don't have a women's division. And this is kind of one of those dream matches where you go like, yeah, I mean, Mackenzie, when they say old guard, it just means we're used to her. She's not old by any means.
Yeah, by any means.
But Fiona Davies is just kind of in that prime. And the work that she's done with JT Torres, I think, has only elevated her game continuously. So even when she's picking these spots, that underhook right now, Mackenzie trying to play into a half guard game, lifting her up, not getting anything just yet, but now maybe exposing a little bit of a second underhook here, Kevin, and I can't be sure, but it could be going to mount as she then windshields and now is firmly into side control.
Yeah, Mackenzie being part of the old guard is literally just a mark of she was the best in the world, 5 years ago?
I mean, for a long time.
Yeah. And then has transitioned into a very successful MMA career in the UFC. It's not a question of like, man, she just doesn't have it anymore. No, she shifted her focus to the UFC, to MMA, to that career, has had a lot of success. Oof. Whereas Fiona is absolutely
Fiona is in on an arm, though.
in.
Let's be very cautious here. Dern trying to get to her side, maybe giving up her other arm on the other side, but Fiona kind of telegraphing she'll go right back. She was going into mount, but now she's in a half guard, but still with an incredible underhook that's going to allow her to put a lot of pressure here from this position if she so chooses. Mackenzie, I mean, not with a ton of options at this point. Both arms are kind of raised up, and the legs are pretty much the only thing making her a little bit offensive at this current time.
Yeah, Mackenzie's incredibly tough and scrappy. I mean, that's one of those things that, like, if you've ever paid attention to her career, she's incredibly tough and scrappy.
Yep.
I see Fiona's dominant, powerful top player. I see her kind of dominating the entirety of this match. Putting Mackenzie away is a much taller ask. As Fiona's dangerous as hell.
Yeah.
But Mackenzie Dern is still, you can't disrespect her submission skill set, her scrappiness, her willingness to fight the entire distance.
Yeah. She gets a slight break, but instead looked like she was dropping down a hammer fist.
Yeah.
Ever so slightly. Aggressive match, aggressive play here. I mean, I was going to say if Davies...
a little leg, but...
Yeah, I mean, if Davies, had a split second of seeing the promised land and maybe starting to pass from up top.
Yeah, Fiona's pretty loath to drop back on legs. That's not something we've seen a lot out of her. She just doesn't like to fall out of the top position. That's her bread and butter. Got really strong top play, really strong judo background. Yep, right by the guard again. Man, that knee cut.
Yep. So good. Basic bitch. Knee cut, right?
Yeah, basic bitch knee cut.
Yep.
She's
in her basic bitch knee cut era still. The funniest shit in the world. Like, I don't know.
Does it say that on her rash guard? I know
she got a T-shirt, but I don't know. Oh, is it on her rash guard now?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. I know she has the merch.
Oh, no. This could be setting up a back take very quickly here. She just needs to free the foot.
She chose this, though.
Yeah.
She chose to build up to turtle with this leg.
Yeah.
I have to assume she feels pretty good about it. Oof, probably feels less good about it right now.
Sure.
Though.
We all have our weird positions that we're like, I can eat this. I'm fine here.
Yeah. God, flattened out, double hooks.
So what I do like about this for Mackenzie, though, is she doesn't have to do this. And this is a weird format for grappling where you don't need to do it. Or maybe you fight for, 3 5-minute rounds. You're used to that area. Grappling's a little bit different because you've been working on all these other things. And yeah, nice signpost on the arm. You've been working on all these different things that now are suddenly away from you.
Potential saved by the bell on that arm bar, man.
Facts.
Yeah, Fiona's got a nasty, nasty arm bar.
We're going to take a look at this again. See if we can... Woo! Just aggressive right up the top, though. By the way, did we get Wallow J a nice note back on over?
Yeah.
We did. Thank you for taking care of that.
Yeah, he told us we didn't have to shout him out, but, we're gonna.
Sucks to be him.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
Womp womp. What are you going to do?
Yeah, you tell me I'm not going to acknowledge. You being an absolute gem of a human. Yeah.
Get out of here, bro.
Fuck out of here.
Oh my goodness. Thank you guys for all tuning in. We still have coverage left, although we are on the tail end side of the Craig Jones Invitational Day 2. We're about to crown $2 million winners very soon, but for right now, it's tens all across the board for Fionn Davies.
Did we see 8s or 9s? Did we see 8s, 9s? I mean, it looked like a 10-8 to me, but huge hip toss. Straight to the back. Oh, Mackenzie slips out. Nope, doesn't quite make it. Yeah, did we see whether it was 10-8s or 10-9s?
I think it was 10-9s.
Okay.
But may not be an important thing because there is an armbar here. Mackenzie in danger. Armbar triangle. And, I think, this is going to do it right there on just a little bit of difference by one Fionn Davies. Woof.
Nice.
Well done.
Really fantastic, man. Super clean. Fionn's so aggressive, dude. Like, her whole style is just relentless offense. Look at this throw. Good Lord.
Talk us through that, man.
Yeah, so love to get the replay here, but this is really classic Fionn. She actually hit Bia Mosquito with this at the last ADCC, where what she'll do is she'll move away from the throw so that you don't see her lead hip. When you step to throw in judo, you have a lead hip that leads the charge. She'll move away from you, looking like she's blading, bringing her left hip forward, looking like she's dropping back. But what she's doing is turning that left leg into a pivot point, and then she's bringing her right hip through hard.
Yeah.
It's a solid, powerful. It's really hard to pull off. It looks easy. It looks simple. It is really tough to get that rotation through that open space.
Good call. Oh, boy. Well done to Fionn Davies. And I forgot what her charity was. I know that they had made mention of it, but I know that was part of the appeal of having her do this event was her ability to give back.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I thought they were all going to the same charity, and they were just shell companies. But
we'll find out more this week.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure.
good to hear. Yeah, man. I wish Ben was still here. I could fucking throw that dude around for a little demo. That little over rotation is so fun to hit. It's hard to hit live, but boy, with an uke.
Let me point this out to you. I claimed hit to fight. You have to find someone else. That's why I told you. I was like, you can't go. I was like, he's not going to touch you. I'm like, nah, I'll take this kid. And the best part was, I love the fact that he's like, I want it to be noted I was not scared. And I wanted to also say this, all due respect, you should have been. No, I like him. He's a good kid, man. He's a sweetheart of a kid.
He really endeared himself to
I
me.
just like the idea that I was like, I want you to know you are immediately part of the tribe here. It's just, we're here for a long time, bro. So I don't know how to say this, but other than thank you.
Yeah. He the fact that he hung out as long as he did, I mean, that dude's bought in. 6-month white belts, dude. This entire community is held up by white and blue belts.
What's that number say?
Day one?
Yeah.
1.7 million views. Well done. Raph was right. Sell the t-shirts.
Fucking know it. Every single time, you guys. Your boy knows numbers, and that's not where it's going to land.
No.
I think that thing's going to continue to grow as more and more people go back and watch it delayed.
You think he hits 2?
Yeah.
I mean, like, this weekend.
Yeah. It'll make that by tomorrow.
You think so? Cool.
So when things are that big, they continue to build, and there will be a, oh, what happened factor. So very excited about that. Congratulations to the Craig Jones Invitational. Cracking 1.5 million streams, doing above the number I had slowly predicted. And I had a feeling. Oh, my goodness. Shout out to our friends, My Jiu-Jitsu Academia, Thank you guys so much. So it looks like our friends should be heading back here shortly. Craig says, hashtag I'm next. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm seeing some folks. There's no meme, the leech is dead. Good Lord. People are going in on that dude who got knocked out.
Oh no.
Eesh.
I mean, that's the reality.
That's, dude, it's what happens, bro.
You become a meme.
Well, oh my God. Why is this so funny? So, just so people are aware, we did do some shenanigans. I'm not always a shenanigans person, but I have not seen this footage. So, your guess about what it looks like is as good as mine. What I do want you to know is I'm intrigued to see what it's like, because to us, Egghead is a near and dear friend. But I always wonder what kind of culture shock other people have when they get to meet Egg. And yes, Egghead is not his real name, but yes, to us, it might as well be. Nonetheless, we did ask some folks if they would need a ride from the from the ADCC. We did ask some folks if they needed a ride from ADCC to the CRAIG Jones Invitational, because we thought that some of them were going to abandon ship and go to the other one, since today it's the finale. Turns out we were right, but this was one interaction that we were sent by our crew that went out that way, and Godspeed to whatever it looks like. So you're going to see it just the same way I do.
T-Mobile Arena, and here I'm with, what's your name, brother?
What's up?
What's your name, man?
Mikhail.
Mikhail?
What's your name, brother?
Egghead.
Egghead?
Egghead.
Egghead. Egghead.
Yeah,
Okay, dope,
from
dope.
PGF.
Nice.
So are you a PGF fan?
Yeah, man. No, I don't know what PJF is.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
You know, that's fine. Well, you saw the sign, I thought you might be a fan.
No, so CJI, I know what CJI is.
Yeah, we're taking fans over there from the ADCC. If you're a grappling fan over here, we thought you might be a grappling fan over there.
Yeah, man.
So
What's
did you
PJF stand for?
Professional Grappling Federation?
Okay.
If you watch Brandon McCatherine on YouTube at all, BMAC, so
Yeah,
he founded the Professional Grappling Federation. It's a phenomenal
He's a nice guy.
jiu-jitsu league.
Yeah.
So check it out on his YouTube channel.
I will.
But as far as ADCC, you've been here the whole day?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part, man?
Man, favorite part? I'd have to say Elijah, man. He did a really, really great job. He's coached by Mainstream Lloyd Irvin. He's doing really well.
Yeah.
One of my homeboys, Mike Perez, went out there to do his thing in the plus 99 kilos.
There you go.
Right, which was pretty dope.
Very good.
Yeah.
So what was the biggest surprise for you?
Biggest surprise? I'd say, man, Marigali getting tapped out, bro.
Yeah. I was kind of funny. Like he had the hair dye job. I think he was trying to source Gordon Ryan 2019 or something going
I think
on.
he was. He was trying to channel it.
Didn't quite work out though.
It did not, according to the tab.
Yeah,
And,
indeed.
But sometimes it be like that, bro.
Yeah.
You got caught.
So, do you enjoy the ADCC rule set?
Yeah, largely. I do. How does the CJI rule set differ? I know the stage differs,
Yes.
right, because of the walls, which seems really cool, right? But what are the other rules?
Well, before we get to that,
Yeah.
so talking about the stage set,
Yeah.
I mean, how many times do you see people go off into the stands or into the hinterlands today?
Many times.
Did anyone get hurt?
No, not that
Thank
I
God.
saw. Not
Okay,
that I saw.
that's good.
Yeah.
So with the pit, kind of makes that a little bit safer, right?
Potentially, unless you go over the edge of the pit. You know what I mean?
Not yet. We haven't seen it yet. They got to wrap to it.
Give it time. Somebody's gonna.
We'll see. We'll see. The people we thought might have done it have not.
Yeah.
But they do kind of like a MMA UFC type rule set. Yeah, 3 5-minute rounds.
Yeah.
A must 10 for the winner. So 10 9s, 10 8s, 10 7s,
Yeah.
and whoever has the winning score after 3 rounds,
Yeah.
just like a UFC fight, wins. Or get the damn submission,
For
end
sure.
it right there.
For sure, and then
So
you're done.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's I think it's more stuff.
That's a super interesting rule set, man.
It's a little different. It's a little
Yeah.
different. I mean, there's still subjectivity, which is a little dangerous. Because, are there any subjective calls you've had here that kind of give you a little moment for pause?
Honestly, in the past, yes. Today so far, haven't seen any.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Today, everything has pretty much been, I feel like, in alignment.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, pretty clean.
There's been
All
a
right.
couple 0-0 decisions, but then thankfully the refs scored and the judges scored it.
It was reasonable.
To the person who was most aggressive and credible.
Okay,
You
fair
know
enough.
what I mean?
Well, thank you, Mikhail.
Hey, thanks,
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you,
Yeah,
man.
hey.
Our thanks to our good friend Egghead for showing that up, and I believe we will have some footage a little bit later of, you know, how that all shook out, one might say, because he did end up providing some rides legitimately to some people back and forth. Oh, oh shit, we got a thumbs down on that one. Who the fuck just thumbs downed us? I don't know. Yeah. That's some rudeness right
Egg
there.
getting
Here.
some hate. That's crazy.
Let's not hate the Egghead. Egghead is a near and dear guy. My thing is, I'm like, you literally downvoted a conversation. I hope that was supposed to be an upvote. If it's one of my students, it's going to be an upvote by next week. I'll tell you that much. Especially when I'm pointing your thumb a certain way to extend a little bit later. But yes, Egghead doing the Lord's work. Appreciate him and appreciate you guys for tuning in. We have so much more to do. It looks like it's about to be a Gabby Garcia showcase. One that none of us really knew we needed, maybe not wanted, and yet in the intergender championship of the world of CRAIG Jones Invitational is about to go down. And frankly, you know, it's hard to call this anything other than just, is that Ronnie Chang? Oh, that's who I thought it was. Oh, that's super dope. Good to see him there. Ronnie is a blue belt, I believe.
Really?
Yeah. And he's a potential suitor to be the next Daily Show host. It's down to him and like 5 other people.
That would be awesome.
It would be, I mean, listen, we'd have a jiu-jitsu host potentially of a signed trademark element of the Comedy Central enterprise. So here's what we're going to do. As the walkouts are going to happen, Kevin, I'm going to let you lead off real quick while I use the restroom, and then we will get ready for Gabby Garcia and CRAIG Jones. What's that?
Oh man, guys, the wait is almost over. The launch of the first intergender, and we have to wonder what's gonna be the second. No, I'm playing. This is gonna be interesting. This is something that, like, I think a lot of us. It was on our board topic a couple weeks ago, and it was: is this really gonna happen? Like, is this just something they talk about? And I gotta say, even coming up last minute, I want to see whether it's a work or not. I want to see whether they really go at it. Just a light reminder, if CRAIG wins by leg lock, the OnlyFans collab is coming. If Gabby wins at all, she gets $1 million. Yep. Rob's jaw just dropped. The stakes are high in this one, assuming they all hold to the side bet they made on Hinach's interview that he hosted. Roundtable discussion. Here we go. I want to see what this walkout is. Craig's got to have something crazy. He's not just going to walk out, right? Sorry, y'all. Our TV's a couple seconds behind. I'm about to fix this. We've got a whole setup we were using with a bunch of TVs and a bunch of stuff. And now that we're officially down to a single mat to watch, trying to see it on the big screen. Here we go. She said the tiara stays on. She got a hype crew and shit. Hell yeah, man. She's having a blast. As far you have to be happy for that. As far as like people who have taken like disproportionate amounts of hate for no reason from strangers on the internet, Gabby Garcia got to be like #1 in the jiu-jitsu community. Like, this woman gets so much hate. I'm surprised she even has a social media presence that people fucking go off. So at least she's having a good time. Here we go. I should have stolen Raf's seat. Opportunity missed. Just chilling on the crowd with a drink. Amazing. He gonna rip the cargo shorts off? Oh my God. Jesus. Little swig. It's good to see he's taking this seriously.
Well, you know what? You got to take Gabby Garcia seriously.
Oh, the crowd's getting some souvenirs.
Ooh.
The pants are coming off. He's gonna do it in a Speedo.
Yeah, down under is what he's doing at this point.
Yeah, it's gonna
What's
be a
this?
Speedo.
Oh.
It's gonna be breakaway
Yep.
pants. Yep.
Okay.
Had to know it.
It's just, how else was this gonna be? Honestly,
Had to happen.
I mean, hate him, love him. Most of you love him, so it's not. I mean, Gabby's highly entertained by it, and by highly entertained, I mean she's playing it up like she hates this. I don't know what to do with this other than tell you guys, this is an absurd thing, and now he's put
Thank
on the Scream
God.
X shorts. I mean, listen, he's down for a good cause, but he needs to make sure that he doesn't fall out on broadcast television. One might say, he's going for the leg very quickly, kind of slides underneath. Gabby Garcia has a front headlock. Craig's like, wait, what are we doing now? This was all fun and games until now.
But I was supposed to win.
But it's called the Craig Jones Invitational, not the Gabby Garcia. Oh, man. What if she becomes the namesake
He's
of it
under
now?
there and he's like, yo, chill.
For serious chill. I mean, Craig, for a long period of time, was thinking like, yo, you're here trapped with me. Now Gabby Garcia is like, no, you're trapped with me. But
Straight to the legs.
still looking for those legs. And she was very, very vocal about being like, I will not get leg locked.
Yeah, she's like, I haven't been leg locked in like, what was it, 10 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if he triangles her, he just went. Oh, he's using it for a break.
Yeah. Now, this is so stupid.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
WWE meets Jiu-Jitsu for real.
Yeah. This got so strange, and yet
So fast.
Oh, that's right. Uncle Larange is actually Uncle Hanach is coaching. I forgot. He's in his corner.
Is he really?
Now he's going potentially for. He thought about a triangle. Nope.
Yo, how much does Gabby weigh? Genuine question.
I'm not participating in that.
I'm just wondering from a top pressure perspective. This doesn't go down a crazy hole. I'm literally.
Raph,
I'm
this
trying
is
to be
for
an analyst.
science,
Raph.
sir.
245. Okay, that's not that much of a weight advantage. She looks way bigger than Craig, though.
So you mentioned will they, won't they rom-com aspect to their love.
Yeah.
Are they going to get married? Are they having babies?
They're for sure kissing when this is over.
Oh.
Little
truck ride.
She got to pop back up.
So this is one of the few times that I will entertain this in terms of I do want to hear what the audience is yelling. Oh, you have the remote. Do you mind?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to bring this about. Thank you, sir. I do want to hear what they're saying, Craig. Uh-oh. A toe hold here. Gabby Garcia. I mean, the weird part is there's not necessarily... Oh, she's trying to also leg attack him.
Bold strategy, Cotton.
Bold strategy indeed. Oh. Craig kind of no-selling it. And I think she's pretty much... Oh, no. So the weird part about this is, like, how much of this...
How long does he play around?
Sure. But it's also like, how much of this is he just thinking like, all right, we got to sell this, make this look good. Oh, no. Taking the back. Maybe looking for an armbar or a triangle.
He's going to use
But it's like
leg.
this just too simple of a submission. One of Craig's distinguishing moments as a grappler is that a lot of his training partners says they'll just catch you with the dumbest shit that you hate him for. So is that what we're looking to see here? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's got to move back down the lower body so that he can get access to the leg.
Uh-oh. Gabby Garcia.
There's an inside heel hook there that I think he's going to bait. I think he wants to finish her. I mean, maybe at the end of the first.
Oh, no. Oh, no. He has like literally a sharpshooter. This is literally a professional wrestling. Oh, shit. This is my breakdown moment. This is the shit I'd be breaking down if I got to do it. It's literally my forte. I mean, he could actually hit her with like kind of like a Boston Crab sort of a thing here too. But instead he opts looking to take the back. This really just looks like couples therapy, honestly. Just an aggressive fighter couples therapy that's like, you guys need to work out your issues.
So he's definitely making it out the first, right? He's taking it out the first because he's got something planned for the in-between.
I
He's
think-
going to do some showmanship.
Sure, I think sometimes you make those agreements, but I think
Oh, I don't know
Hanach
if
is-
they made an agreement. He's just going to do it. But go ahead, sorry.
Larange is actually mic'd up as a coach, by the way, I believe.
That's a good call. That's
I mean,
a great
it's
use
the
of
only
talent.
call, honestly.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal.
No, I'm saying sometimes there's a
Yeah.
not staged, if you would, finish. It's just a we've made the agreement it has to go to a second round.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay, can't get past this. I think part of this that's so weird, and I know we made the joke about couples therapy, is this just feels like you walked in on a private moment and you go, do you guys need a minute?
Dude,
I can
you
show
walked
myself
in on
out.
a private lesson with the new girl.
It's just, oh no.
Like, ugh.
It's just
I forgot. Other people use this gym, bro. Make sure you wipe the mats down.
I'm concerned for this one particular case, which is like we've talked a lot about Craig Jones's ability to chip away at ADCC and their credibility. And this is their ability now. The reverse is, well, how can you take this seriously when this is happening? So I wonder if the Monday morning that happens very soon. I mean, Craig surprisingly getting all 10s at his tournament. This is Zach Vesselini, of course. Yep, he's on that. I just wonder if Monday morning Mo tries to downplay any of the success of this by saying like, oh, did you see? I mean, Craig wanted to compete against Gabby, and I guess that's cool. But like, we were trying to do a real tournament. When in actuality, you looked at
Gordon Ryan got a fake belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. He's gonna say it. We know. You were saying, I wonder if, but I don't think we wonder, right? Like we know.
you just know how the next chapter
Yeah.
goes. in
We
the
know
saga.
exactly like the bullet points Mo's gonna hit.
But then, having said that, okay, that's the story. But look at the story that was tonight. Cade Rotolo, Andrew Tackett, arguably better than any match you saw at
Yeah.
ADCC.
Get you a promotion that can do both.
And like, legitimately, I think there's room for both. I don't think
Yeah.
we necessarily have to be those people. Uh-oh, Craig Jones looking to take the arm of Gabby Garcia. Gabby, not really phased. Craig lets it go.
That makes sense.
Concentrates on just kind of advancing. You know what it could be, though? It's always very funny if you think about it, that Craig takes a moment. Yep. Craig's been very, very feeling this truck.
Yeah, this little wedging back
Mhm.
take.
Now looking at a
Pretzel
twister to hit Gabby Garcia, which, by the way, this is the most absurd play-by-play I think I could possibly have done in my life.
Yeah, it's got to be up
It's
there.
just so stupid. It's hard to sit here and continuously like, well, this is happening here, folks.
Try and find some sort of like meaning to break down
It's just-
and draw from the.
You're looking at the actual Gabby is in a twister. This could be bad, but Craig not really cranking because he's a gentleman, and Gabby's not really seeming to instigate like it's hurting her. I really do feel like maybe you do have to kind of attack her leg at this point. I think the weird part about it is Craig doesn't really have the method to being able to finish this, and it just slips off. Might do well. Oh, he's going to go almost to a
Wrister?
wrist lock.
That's
yeah.
what I thought he was doing a wrister for.
Yeah. Oh, now
Oh.
going to the calf slicer.
Does this count?
Yeah, I
count?
mean, oh, Gabby's thinking about it. She's letting her know. Nope. A-OK. A+. Thumbs up sign. You guys who are just tuning in right now, listen, I don't know what to tell you guys. This is part of the gig.
Yeah. Like, imagine you just got into jiu-jitsu 2 weeks ago.
Or imagine you're watching this with your significant other, and let's say it's a female, and you go, oh, babe, jiu-jitsu's fun. We're a great sport. Look, this is one of the most popular jiu-jitsu events of all time. Yes, that is a man taking on a woman. Don't worry about it. When I go train, nothing like this ever happens. Like, God.
Yeah, it just got
Oh, Craig now going
Inside
for that heel hook.
inside heel hook, and he just rips it apart.
Oh, he's got the hook on the leg too, and she's signaling no. But the reap is over. She's not even trying
That
to
inside
counter
heel
here.
hook is real.
It's a solid heel hook. It kind of lets you know he does want to get his part of the bet. It's just a matter of, is he willing to hurt her?
Yeah, that's why I'm sitting here. I was thinking about that as we were going partway through, and I was like, if she just didn't want to tap,
Ugh.
she could theoretically just.
And she's signaling off no. Like, this is where the pro wrestling comes in. This is when the ref is supposed to ask you, do you tap? And it's just like, no.
He gonna Z-lock her?
I mean, sure. She's countering. He goes to the other side for a heel hook, loses it or just lets it go, stands back up. She's now countering off of him. And he has a heel hook attempt again. It's just his legs. Now he's kind of pinching them together. She shakes
Man.
it off. It's 1 minute left to go.
We know he's capable of breaking a shin, right?
Sure.
Vinny Magalhaes? I really don't want to see it go that way.
I mean, but let's say this is all we call shoot, brother, in pro
Yeah.
wrestling. Let's say this is a shoot. Sure. Now it's just a matter of cordiality. Like, what are we doing here? Cordially, I don't want to do any of this to you because I'm polite, but it is a match and people do have a certain expectation going in on a rear naked choke here. Craig looking like he might be able to put this away if he really wanted to. 22 seconds left and she taps.
Wow.
Gabby Garcia taps and they hug it out. The bad blood likely never existed in the first place. These two individuals smiling at each other, knowing they pulled off the heist of the century, because every time you guys thought that they hated each other, every time you thought they might be adding a little bit extra of, man, they really don't like each other, they were in cahoots the entire time.
I'm
Just look
shocked.
at them.
Shocked.
But you know what? The crowd fucking loves it, and that place looks packed right now.
We were talking about, I was saying before you hopped on the broadcast, like, at least it looks like she's having fun.
That's it, dude. That's
Yeah,
all we
like-
want on these things.
Yeah, man. She's having a blast. He had fun. They goofed off. They sold this phenomenal landmark thing for, I mean, I don't know how much they had to do with it as opposed to the $2 million that's up for
So, but think about it, though.
but it definitely got.
This is one of those events, and most people who do something out of the blue, out of like extraordinary, if you would, you use every playing card in your deck. And this was something that had been joked about. It was in the culture. They kept getting teased. It was a real different event at different times. And then people didn't want to pay for it, or they didn't want to be associated with it. And they had this in their back pocket, and they thought, okay, now we've got the thing that we want it to conjoin.
Maybe it's 200,000 of that 1.7. You know?
I mean,
Maybe it's more. Yeah, I don't know.
it's
I don't
just,
know what percentage of people were like, I'm tuning in for that.
It's just for
But-
me, it just helps to build. But I also think, at what cost? You know what I mean? So putting it on right now is actually the right move, because having it headline is probably the wrong move. It puts the emphasis on the grappler. So it literally is handing a baton over to these people who are going to like life-changing money and saying, it's all yours.
Yeah. This is for sure the intro.
You got a medal.
I love that it's a silver medal.
All right, let's see what they have to say. So right now, Alex Wendling is interviewing Gabby Garcia. We want to hear what she's saying with them, so I'm going to mute you guys for a split second. Gabby Garcia overcome with emotion because I think, you know, you think when she says she wants to cry, but I think she's taking it all in that they did this. And you know what? This is a nice moment with the audience cheering, thank you, Gabby, because she's been such a polarizing figure in so many different ways. She's been shunned, she's been mocked, she's been ridiculed, and this is adulation that she very much deserves. Oh boy, let's not say that. I mean, Gabby went out there, put her heart out, and basically told you guys why she did it, and filled with emotion. Now we're going to hear from Craig Jones. All right. Well, we just got the tail end of that. Craig Jones basically saying he's going to get his OnlyFans collaboration and that they'll be able to throw a few bones on over to Gabby Garcia. He also mentioned that, yes, she was supposed to go in the ADCC Hall of Fame and that she sacrificed that to be a part of this event. I have to say, two very interesting statements from both of these individuals. The first being that CRAIG Jones Invitational is definitely something that got a lot of attention, and rightfully so, but even more than that, just something that if you look at the trajectory of how it was, you didn't expect there would be a warm, wholesome conclusion to that match. One where Gabby Garcia gets the adulation from fans who, again, have shunned her and many times made fun of her and ridiculed her, telling you how much she loves you, talking about what the match meant to her and her family and the extended family that was in the Thomas and Mack Arena. Meanwhile, Craig, at the very end of his speech, telling you, you know, he wants to maybe take over ADCC. At least that's what he thought going into today. Now, why not just be better than them? Because they do a better job. It's an interesting statement because it's one where if you look at their numbers, there is a compelling case to say that they definitely did the event. So that's before we even get to see the finale of this $1 million prize for two individuals. And I don't know. Everything up until right now has been theoretical. It will be nice for somebody to win $1 million. We're about to see somebody win $1 million. And I don't know what I will think, but I've had the opportunity to interview Cade, Nicky Rod. I've had the interview with Levi Jones-Leary. Interviewing all of those individuals over the years, it is phenomenal to think that they will be taken care of as real athletes, like in a real form, being compensated for their hard work. And I'm hard-pressed to think of any other moment like this that I have covered in jiu-jitsu. So this is before we even see it. It's now just kind of seeing that we've talked about it. It's about to happen. And I think it may change the way that we not only look tomorrow, but how we look going forward. So big deep breath, big excitement. But Kevin, what makes you now that we're about to look at $2 million matches?
Yeah, guys, brace yourselves. This is where we cross the Rubicon. Business, I sell a bunch of instructionals, maybe open a brand, rash guards, whatever. That'll do it. That'll be the thing. Jiu-jitsu is just a way to build your resume to do other things that get you money, you know, real world things. This is the first time our sport, just being good at the sport, will get you that real money that competes with, you know, the guys that are effectively like jiu-jitsu influencers, jiu-jitsu entrepreneurs, jiu-jitsu brand managers. Now just being good enough can get you paid.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going back from this. I think people are going to, now that it's proven that it can be done, people are going to keep pushing it, keep trying to do it. I think we'll see some lulls, but this is it, man. And I think it's going to be an incredible thing for the future of jiu-jitsu as people start to apply themselves accordingly, man. I mean, we've already seen the changes these athletes have made in a very short period of time when $1 million is on the line.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're seeing a lot of these athletes, the best we've ever seen them.
Yeah.
By a solid margin, doing everything they can to win it. This is it, guys. This is the historic moment. We are about to see it.
Well, before we get to the historic moment, we're going to take just a quick commercial break here, and I want you guys to give some love to our friends who have been making this weekend possible for us. It has been an incredibly complex thing to pull these people together, and we're so grateful to many of our sponsors, one of which is our good friends over at Inverted Gear, who stepped up, came through last minute, and sent us this commercial. And by the way, this is how you know things come together at the last minute. They were like, hey, man, let me see if I can get a commercial together. And I was like, you just send it to me and let me know. And I thought, that's pretty dope. Here it is.
Elevate your BJJ game with inverted gear, where pandas and performance meet. Whether you train in a gi or prefer no gi, we have something for you. Our gear is built to last and designed to perform no flashy extras, just high-quality craftsmanship and minimal design. Plus, pandas. Don't miss our back-to-school sale going on now. Visit www.invertigeart.com and roll with confidence panda style.
Thank you again to our folks over at Inverted Gear. We love you guys. We appreciate you. And they're not the only folks who have been taking care of us this week. We have so many other people to thank, not the least of which is going to be our good friends over at Salt Electrolytes. We appreciate them. Thank you, Salt, for coming through. We love you guys. And just to show you a little bit about what Salt's about, check out this commercial.
Being able to complete the climb to mastery requires the proper nutrition. This is why it's important to take in a potent blend of electrolytes that is in tune with your output and brings strength to your goals. This potent blend is only found in Salt Electrolytes. Salt targets your depleted electrolyte levels with a boost of hydration and health. It gives your body the baseline recovery it needs.
All right, and we are back, everybody. It is interesting to see how things have played out, but Nicky Rod has made his moment. He is really, like, this is him. He's looking like he could win this $1 million. And across from him, Philippe Andrew, who's having a pretty good run. And speaking of having a pretty good run, it's been interesting because our man, or one of our guys, are still in one piece.
I'm back, Raf. My voice is a little rougher for wear. I did make it. I spent a lot of time running in between events, being in the river of people, and also kind of being inside in both spots. And I'm pretty wiped out from it. The emotional roller coaster was a lot, to be honest with you, but pretty damn cool at the same time.
What was the mood like in the auditorium? Like, what was the mood like at Thomas and Mack?
The mood at Thomas and Mack is addictive, and that Cade Rotolo Andrew Tackett match probably is the best match I've ever seen.
I heard you say that.
I would say, and that seemed to be the sentiment of most of the people in the crowd. Huge contrast from ADCC. T-Mobile, not bad. Like, I wouldn't say I would be upset if that was the only thing going on. I'd be pretty happy. Everyone would be talking about how cool it was. But not the same, man. I'm talking droves of people leaving before and during the finals. Droves. Just
interesting.
Getting up and walking out. Going to CJI.
I mean, it was what we thought it would be. How packed was it in there when you were leaving the CRAIG Jones Invitational?
Oh, it was packed.
Okay, so they did end up selling out pretty well.
Or
not selling out, but selling pretty well.
Selling very well. Isaac had to peel me away.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. So I know we are in the process of watching the finals where Nicky Rod is working to pass the guard. Has done it. Correction. Now maybe gifted the back here ever so slightly, which is concerning. Philippe Andrew.
He's had a couple looks at this.
Yeah, Philippe Andrew. I don't necessarily know what to do with this other than how do you get a black belt slayer off your back?
Yeah,
so
he's had a couple times where he's been able to build up and then create a big hip switch to try and cut Nicky Rod loose. And Nicky Rod was right back in there. I don't know how many times in 15 minutes you can shake that guy loose.
With $1 million on the line.
Yeah.
For $1 million, let's see if I could tap you. That's what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
So when we're done here, obviously you have your Salt Electrolytes repowering you back to life.
Holy moly. I was dying for this.
So I want you to take a few swigs of that. And then right when we get a second here, I need you to take a shot of this on air. Hand that to him. Literally just pour it in your mouth. This is an old trick and literally just make sure. Yep. Squeeze. Yep.
You say stop, okay?
All right. 2. 3, 4. Take that shit. Yeah, 5. Done. That should be good.
Do
The
I have
problem
to
is-
swallow?
Yeah, you could swallow, bro. And yes, you
So I
got
have to listen.
the
If you want that
end
promotion, you swallow.
of Nicky Rod. We should have got a honey sponsor.
Nicky
Dude, did
Rod
we
just won $1
really?
million.
We did. We
the
did.
$1 million watching you slurp the honey. God damn it!
Every single person.
But they
did.
thought it would be Nicky Rod and Hugo.
Yeah.
But Hugo didn't make it to the finale. Nicky Rod was very much an odds-on favorite, and one of the first people, I believe he was in that first 3 or 4 that got announced as a Craig Jones Invitational participant, where odds could have been favorable for him winning at the ADCC.
Oh yeah, and he's in great form right now too.
Mhm.
Undeniable. He's undeniable right now.
Respectfully, right? When you have that moment, you're like, oh man, he would have been favorable for ADCC. Who gives a shit when you win $1 million?
To be fair, up until this year, that was
Everyone gave a shit.
That was it, though.
The world's different, man.
Well,
world
sure,
is
but
different.
but this was all theoretical.
Mhm.
So theoretical different is just like sounds fun.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Those
and
are
most
big
of the times you
numbers.
say spam folder, not involved, not interested.
Right.
This was one where you said, "Wait, but are you for real though?
Yeah.
Because if you're for real though, then I'll be there." And Nicky Rod has been one of those people who's carried himself a certain way, so it would make sense that he is the first $1 million winner, and in a rare display, you don't usually see him overcome with emotions all that often. But
Look at
right
that.
now, I think you are seeing him have the most emotion I have ever seen out of a human being, because life-changing money, and it stays within the B team family, but not for any other reason other than his excellence as a grappler.
Craig just said I need this back Monday.
But let's talk this
Said-
out, though.
Gym dues just went up.
This is going to put an immediate target on his head, but let's hear what he has to say. We're going to put ourselves on mute here, everybody. Felipe Andrews is like, I wouldn't have done that. Okay, hold on. All right. Okay. Where do we go on this? Okay. Give me a second here.
He can't be putting up his own $1 million. There's no way. He's got a sponsor.
Okay.
This is for show.
Okay, number 2, we're talking about we'll do it on B Team Live, which I think is cool, but I don't want to overstep my boundaries here, because what do I know? It is one thing. Granted, this is airing on B Team, but I think it's out of necessity because it's a new thing.
Yeah.
Sure. People were wondering, how do you separate this from the charity, because there's a whole charity aspect, so it's very confusing. I think it's just the beginning. It was the launching point. It's easier to do this because then there are things you have to do to get a channel approved, blah, 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 blah. Having said all that, right now, Nicky Rod taking that money, investing in himself, and saying, I want to double this and take Gordon out. And if you looked at the match with Felipe Pena and Gordon Ryan, today he looked very beatable. And that's not necessarily something. So when you peak and you win that $1 million, that's a lot of belief in self. But what I would think is, it's a missed opportunity. Challenge him here at the Craig Jones Invitational. Make him go there if that's where he wants to go. It was the advice I had given out earlier, but if it is specific to you and your team and that channel, it's not a bad move, but it leaves the door slightly open for Gordon, I think, to re-counter. And that is something that I don't know that I love. And I don't know that I love that you could cheat the end to win the million. So it's risky, but man, respect the play of it. Wow.
Gangster play. If I'm Gordon Ryan, I'm like, damn, man, what do we got to do?
So hold on.
Emergency meeting.
I will. Okay, I'll give that. Jason Matlock saying, calling out Gordon, let's fucking go. Listen, guys, I don't love to always hype myself out, but my boy Bryce did it for me and said, Raph, you called that shit on the money. I did vaguely have an idea for it. The B team was a surprise, though. But doing it on BT channel, a little bit of a surprise. But I respect that play. I do like that this is kind of something that we're seeing now. So there's a lot at work here that I'm not quite sure we know the reality of. Like at this point, I don't know if this is something that we are going to see be a reality, or if this is something that we are going to see him or Gordon re-counter off of it. Because guess what? Oh, shit. Oh, it says Nicky Rod's girlfriend wasn't happy about that call out.
Yeah. She's like, you said you'd take me to the Bahamas.
Yo, my wife would have been like, wait, no,
Bro,
we're going gambling. What the fuck are you talking
girlfriend?
about?
That man's single now. He just made $1 million.
Girlfriends. It is an investment in his future, though, because I think his stock just went through the roof in terms of what he could command maybe into the future here. Maybe he's...
I don't know how to feel about it other than it's ballsy. I think Monday we have a better assessment, and guess what? Anything can still happen to Gordon tomorrow. Yeah. There is still a match with Yuri Samoas that I don't know.
Gordon did not look as sharp today as we're used to seeing.
Yeah.
And to me, he looked tired.
Yeah.
He looked like he was tired.
And we were discussing this live on the broadcast, not to take away from his win, but there was a moment where it came as the result of countering an action and kind of a moment where Felipe Pena was trying to initiate the action that he then ended up on the wrong side of a... Basically, I mean, under this rule set, Felipe would have been the aggressor for trying to make that happen.
That's an open mat flip that somebody does on you at the end, and everyone goes, oh, we reversed it right at the end.
In CJI, Felipe won that match. That's a crazy realization
it's a
for me.
Very strange thing that I just saw there that I thought, this is not quite what you think it is. But that's why I'm saying you go home turf. You don't go to there. But Nicky Rod, I don't know.
It's
I don't
the
know
format. If you have a 20-minute format with Gordon and he could draw you out, he can find a way to beat you. He's very, very good. You know put him in 3 5-minute rounds,
so different
story.
I mean, it'll definitely be interesting because Gordon has the advantage in that he has beaten him before. So, I don't think you're operating from a place of being there. So it's definitely been something, because I mean, he's definitely tried to get a match going for a long period of time.
Yeah, he has.
And it says, we now have a merger between the two massive productions. Watch that happen.
Is this going to be like WWE, WCW, and then call each other out and you knew it would never happen?
Yeah,
you knew these guys were never going to fight.
Vince would have to buy them. I mean, this is... I don't know what this is yet. Anyway, we are currently now at Levi Jones-Leary and Cade Rotolo. And Levi Jones-Leary putting some speed on the butt scooting toward Cade Rotolo at the moment. So I'm not quite sure what we're going to have here today, but you are looking at Cade playing a dangerous game with somebody that adept at creating surprise attacks. And man, what a way to get out of that, by the way.
Who knew you could backflip
I can't backflip, so I knew I couldn't. Yeah.
Little Matrix back take, just backflip out, bro.
Boy. Yeah.
What attachments?
By the way, if you guys are watching, like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate you guys. And be sure to subscribe to both the Grappling Hour and Inside BJJ for our extended coverage. Yes, we will be here tomorrow as well, just to fill things in. But in the meantime...
Raph, we are not doing a technique breakdown on that one. Tim, can you backflip?
No, but I trust that if I go flying, you'll catch me.
It's just, it is deeply concerning for all of us here to be looking at that and me going, guys, you have to keep your neck upright. None of us are going to the hospital tonight. Nonetheless, I do see Cade Rotolo pushing down on the legs, starting to try to maybe work some kind of, I mean, he's not even really looking at a pass. He's just engaging the position and trying to Rubik's Cube it a little bit more than move, which is unusual. And I think the more stationary you do see Cade Rotolo, that works better for Levi Leary Jones.
Does. And Leary Jones is, what is he playing? Playing like a De La Hiva hook almost.
Yeah, Cade is looks like he's trying to keep his legs stationary to limit Levi's ability to off balance him and start pummeling, start using those entries that he seems to be the only one using, right? One of the difficulties in leg locking people is by the time you're ending 411, they're already turning their hip and exiting.
Right.
Like people know what to expect. They know which way to turn.
Triangle.
Oh, wow.
Wow. I think this is going to be it, maybe. Let's see.
It certainly.
Oh,
all the way out and back into the legs for Levi. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he's staying a little stationary to take a look at what Levi's trying to get done and maybe figure it out. Use this first round to figure it out. He's got 5.
Wow.
The pace has got to work for the Ruotolos. So take a round, take a look at what he's trying to do, take it apart, and then plan of attack. They probably have a few theories, but
I just feel like these guys are the best when they just go bananas, dude.
Yeah.
You know, they just go hardcore. They go after it. They just, like, they're so good, man.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, guys. I forgot. It's 5-5-minute rounds. Oh, my God.
The pace the Ruotolos can put on. Can you imagine if it was Ty versus Andrew? Ty versus Cade for 25 minutes?
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah, dude, just banging off the walls.
I have to tell you this. I can barely do 1 5-minute round at the Masters division at this point.
Right?
You're trying to entice me with 5-5-minute rounds with either of these guys.
Yeah.
I don't know that I see the right side of
That's an
tomorrow.
entire open mat for me. You know what I mean? 5-5s, I'm done, guys.
Ooh, looking for the back step.
Ooh.
Yeah, there it is. Has the back step strongly attached. Cade looking for his own offense.
Cade's on he's got a reprieve here for a split second. I don't know that I like the idea of him trying to counter the leg lock. I would get right back up if I was him.
Cade's got some nasty leg locks, man.
Yeah, he does, and I don't.
PJ, right?
He does, but I don't want to overlook that. What I would say is this: in this particular case, if you really are making something work for you, if you're Cade Rotolo, you want to take away your opponent's avenue to that $1 million.
Yeah.
And that is one that even if you have the offense is still in their wheelhouse. But what you could be up against is it might be hard to pass this dude's guard. And right now, already chambering it, Cade's maybe right on top of it, gets the knee out, but doesn't find the other one completely out of danger.
It twisted weird, too.
You know what? I think they build it into their shit. I feel like they've probably snapped their knees in and out of place for the last 20 years.
I bet if you saw their x-rays, it would just be one of those slinkies in each knee. You know, just a little metal coil.
I'm pretty sure that their doctor just goes, no, no.
I don't want to do this anymore. He's like, we're not x-raying it. I don't want MRIs.
We're not wasting this x-ray.
There's nothing there. What's the stop? Oh,
it's the end of the round.
Yeah, dude. It was. I had the same moment where I was like, "What are we doing?"
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Wait, what?
So hold on.
Yeah.
Can I make one mention to you, Tim, right now? Voice sounds a little bit better.
Yes, it does.
That's why you get yourself some honey, everybody. Honey.
So
you know what? That's what I gotta do. We're gonna fucking whoever honey makers are, raw honey makers, find us for the next one of these that we do. Because it is a lifesaver. You know what's great? TikTok not wasting a second at all. Because it's letting me know a certain thing. This is what I love about all this centralized targeting that you can have in this world. But TikTok legitimately, while we're on air right now, just had a moment that said, hey, Raf, I don't know what you're into. I don't know what you're doing right now, but like, I think I have some pertinent information for you. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, TikTok? TikTok literally sent me a text right now.
Did you guys see that side flip out
I
of
did.
what?
And it said, Nick Rodriguez from your contacts is on TikTok. Like, it let me know as a reminder. Like,
He's blowing up.
Even TikTok's like, yo, fam, maybe you can ask him for a few dollars. I don't know.
I think CJI has got people pushing buttons right
Dude,
now.
he's already got that million dedicated.
Nicky Rod blast. Nicky Rod blast.
When they asked him what he wanted to do with that $1 million, he said, give it away.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Man, unprofessional by Isaac. No.
Yeah, this guy.
This is how you know we've gotten to the end of the show. Just people walking in shots,
Cutting in.
justicing their way
Dude,
through our set.
dude.
Yeah, for real. He went across the back in front of the cameras. He cut you off. He was like, no. Fuck what you
I'm
were
here
saying.
for early open, Matt.
By the way, now that I need to think about this tomorrow.
Walks up,
Dude,
where's,
it's going to be way more packed.
where's my
Yeah, I
rash
don't
guard?
know. I mean, the weird part is nobody told us to switch anything.
Yeah, but I'm not saying to switch anything. I'm just going to say I think it's going to be more packed.
It
You
will
think
be
we,
more
we
packed.
just build a little like set of tables around this pillar?
I don't know. I haven't figured
Just
that
a
out
little-
yet.
We circle the wagons.
We circle the wagons and just have me on like with a shotgun right here. Just like, no.
Look menacing.
Nervous, but we'll see what happens. All right. Meanwhile,
Yep.
slicer
wow.
opportunities.
Switch
Switch
to the backside.
50-50
Look at
to
this.
that 50-50.
on the side of the leg. Oh, man.
He's still keeping
oh,
a great
man.
grip on it.
Yep,
Cade,
yep.
in doing so, can't get back up, and it allows, man, for a split second, Levi Jones-Leary was like, I can wrestle. Nope, just kidding. Whoa.
There we go.
Cade Rotolo with the most boss
I thought you had to have,
push down you've ever had.
I thought you had to have contact before you sat down.
Oh, yeah, I
Uh,
guess you do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Jason Herzog walked over like he was going to stop it, and then
Bro,
he's like, nah,
these
it's good.
rules are all like,
Yeah.
whose line is it anyway rules.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, as long
Yeah,
as the athletes
Jason
fight
Herzog's
hard.
in there going, it's for $1 million fucking dollars.
I just like the idea that at first, when Nicky Rod did his, it's cooler than winning $1 million, I was like, oh, he's going to McConaughey it. $2 million. I go, oh, cool. Yay, huzzah. Gordon Ryan. Wait, what? We didn't talk about this, fam. This wasn't on the rundown sheet. What are you doing? So, I don't know. I mean, that's the hard part is with people who are good at gambling, it does require a little bit of, you got to have the balls to do that sort of a thing.
You got to be able to take the risk.
And, he's got the capital for it, but like maybe have the capital for 2 days.
Dude, don't gamble your own single
Never gamble
$1
your
million
own money.
dollars.
Yeah.
Fucking call Papa Zuck.
Yeah.
Say, listen, man, we can definitely flip this. Let's turn the hype that I'm gambling all my own fucking money.
Yeah, right.
You give me this $1 million to put up. Craig will run the promotion. We'll all make a bunch of money.
Well, you know what? Hold
I'll
on.
probably win.
That's not to say that still isn't the possibility.
Yeah, that's what I think it is.
it's
Straight
to
up.
make a bunch of money
So that
part.
he says, now my salary is $1 million, but I'm putting up my $1 million.
Dude, the hype of I'm putting up this $1 million that I just won right now is the marketing ploy. I don't think he's actually putting up his own $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Not to ruin this for you guys.
Sure. Oh, great. Broke kayfabe over here.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I hate to tell you this, guys, but not everything everyone says on the internet is 100% authentic.
I mean, think about it though. Let's say they
What?
pay you a salary of $250K because your price just went up. Yesterday's price is not today's price, by the way. If that is the case and your price did go up, then at least you make $250K to show. It's just, do they have that money now?
Yeah. I think CJI probably has spent all the money that they've made. Probably, I would assume. That's usually the way that these things work.
If
you
it's
know?
for real a charity bid, like if it's a tax shelter type situation, are they super worried about making money? Like, you need to know what the goals are of the primary investor.
I don't think you can invest in a nonprofit. You can donate to one. But there's no investment. Investment implies you're trying to get a return.
Listen, whatever you want to call
No,
it.
but you know what they keep calling this guy an investor, though. And it's like, is he an investor or is he a donor?
Oh, we're back in on the leg. Cade says, let's shoot it out. Clock runs out.
Clock does run out. Interesting.
Yeah, man. I have that as 2 rounds for Levi. I didn't
2 rounds for Levi. Okay. Tim, any difference on yours?
2 rounds for Levi? No. I have it 1-1 right now.
You think Cade won the first or the second?
I think Cade won the first.
But did any of the judges in the first give it to Cade?
Justin Flores. No, I don't know. He's always the opposite side, if you've noticed on the judges. He's
a weird one.
He's got specific criteria. He's our seasonal peoples. Just kidding, Justin. You're awesome. I love J-Flow Judo.
Snip, clip, and send. Internet so good.
Hey, Kevin, will you pass me my backpack to your left there, buddy?
No.
On the ground. We'll just go, like, behind the scenes.
Professionals. As we say it on the mic. Yeah, don't let these guys know that you're grabbing that backpack.
Nobody saw a backpack?
Well, thank you guys again tuning in. Appreciate you guys. I saw Jake actually stop by. What's up, Jake? But, yeah, it has been an intriguing back and forth between these two gentlemen. Here's what I would say to your differentium on the points. I think it's hard pressed because that first round, if anything, this is where you almost wish sometimes, and I don't think that necessarily is the full case here, but man, sometimes things are just 10-10. Sometimes things are just, we're feeling it out.
Right.
But Levi maybe started a little bit more of the initiations. It's just Cade was top. So, okay, you could see a split, whatever, on that one. Second round, definitely Levi Jones. Having said that, because we've seen the contrary voice every once in a while, there's always the possibility.
I just checked with my boy. Levi's up 2 rounds
He's
on the
up 2
judges.
rounds
He
on the
thinks
judges.
they're over-crediting. He's with you. He thinks they're over-crediting Levi's entries as threats and giving him a little too much. He thinks it should be 1-1.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, again, it is tricky. It's just it's 2 different approaches here.
It's MMA, man. We can have that argument of like, oh, I think he won this round because this.
This is just what we'll see is the guys that fight this style the best will be the winners.
Judge Zuck gave first to Cade, all others Levi.
Zach Maslany, right?
Yeah, Zach.
Yeah.
I thought I said Zuck. I thought it was like that. The investor. My apologies.
Appreciate it, Mom.
Judging.
Shout out, Mom.
And how is Levi initiating when he just sits there?
Yeah. This was Cade's beef in his post-fight speech.
Did a PGF guy say that you can't just sit and pull guard and not get hit for stalling?
Oh, man.
Oh, listen, when we get you an egg super fight.
Here, you're salty.
You know what? I'm just going to bring you on. Have some salt.
That you want consistency from your refereeing. You know what? Cut the cameras.
I just find it so odd that when we have these things here, this is supposed to be the classic this versus this. And this is what we have. It is a certain type of grappling that Levi does versus whatever the hell you can call Cade's incredible dynamic movement-based jiu-jitsu. I think it's almost tactical movement-based jiu-jitsu is what Cade Ruotolo has.
Man, tactical is giving it a lot of credit.
Listen.
Man throws himself at you.
He does, but like, if he had less reps in this world and didn't have youngest veteran status, I'd be like, maybe not. Now, here's a question. Does Cade have this round so far?
No. I don't think so. I don't think
either of them has it.
But that's where I'm saying. Sometimes it's like, some of this shit's just the 10-10. We don't know yet.
And we don't have you have to beat the champ rule.
Exactly.
What's happening here is Levi has, like a snake charmer, lured Cade into that pace.
Mm-hmm.
And Cade can't really do what Cade needs to do. Like Cade's got to be free. You can't put Cade in a corner.
He's a peacock. You got to let him soar.
You got to let him go. You're right.
Y'all, so y'all ready to find out whether I'm allergic to this particular kind of situation?
Oh, no. Why?
Y'all ready to run this?
Oh, no.
I'm allergic to some sorts of like
Even
Why are you
citrus.
doing it now?
It's the only flavor we got left. Well, not really. There's actually
There's
strawberry and
plenty.
mango
I
over
could
there. We
literally
have
throw
tons.
you one of these.
I just want to know, man. I just want to know.
It will look
Kevin.
really bad if the sponsor killed you. So please don't die.
I'll do my best.
Here we go. Look at this.
Mm-mm. What is up, Georgie Shoe? Good to see you. Thank you guys for watching.
Dude, that's really good. I hope I'm not allergic to it. That's fucking tasty.
You're not allergic to it, dude.
You can't be, or
I
you're
was about to say,
fired.
I also
Kevin.
don't think that's how it works either.
You're not allergic to the salt. You're just like blowing up like Martin Short. What was that movie he was in where he
Pure luck.
got stung by a bee and just blew up?
It
That's
is
Kevin.
Pure luck is the movie.
I knew Raph would know it.
I always know it.
One of my old wrestling coaches used to drink kombucha and was for sure allergic to something in there because he turned bright red.
Sure.
But he swore he was just sweating out demons. He's like, nah, man, it's got antioxidants in there that are helping you sweat out the demons. And I was like, that's not what's happening. You're allergic.
I
It's like,
think
nah, man, I'm just always itchy and scratchy.
I think they're gonna give this round to Jones. And I think that Cade is going to have to, in his career, and his brother figure out how to not be cursed by their own dynamic style, and that when they're not doing that, you think they're not winning.
I was about to say, I think Cade's winning this one.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're the guard player, you really have to make a case. Like, you have to be very aggressive compared to them, and I just didn't see that here. But I think you're right. I think when you see the Ruotola slow down, you go, something's wrong. You're looking for a break in the pattern.
Yeah.
And that's a break. That's a good point.
I like the idea.
Oh,
It's like,
there we go.
You guys
They gave them all to
that was
Cade.
all. Yep.
Hey, that's Eric Paulson right there.
That is the corners, Galvo. And wait, so one news item that we got that I don't know that you saw was that Andre Galvo said he would have stepped in at any time to fill in for anybody here at the Craig Jones Invitational. And you go, wait, what?
How about when they were asking who wants to be in?
You know what? Hold on. Thank you, Mrs. Cheryl. Mama Cheryl. Get the honey ready for Kevin. Now, I don't know that honey has healing properties for allergic reactions, but I'll put it in his eyes, and that'll get a reaction out of him one way or another.
Yeah, there's like Liquid IV, all their citrus flavors. Throat closes.
I feel like I should have had more say in this decision. Like, normally when you're under my purview, I don't know that I'm allowed to just let you make dumb decisions without the consent of the team.
Try and stop me.
Oh, I mean, I definitely... You know what, Kevin? I think us rolling would be fun, but I don't think you would have much to offer a Rage RAF from production.
Oh.
Not a jiu-jitsu side. Coming after you, motivated by, did you fucking kill this stream, sir? So, please be forewarned.
I mean, what's the consequences if I die first, you know?
I'm still going to find a way to kill you first. There's no way I would let you just die. I'd be like, wake up so I can kill you. By the way, Tim, those are compliments Wallow J from the PGF Insiders. The sweetheart that he is. Even though he was like, no, I don't do it for the thanks. Nobody gives a shit if you do it for the thanks, but we're thanking you anyway, sir. So, a beautiful thing to see.
We're really looking at strong possibility. This comes down to round 5 for $1 million.
Yeah.
I hope I'm alive to see it.
Tell me about it. Talk about it at my funeral, please. So let's talk this out. It would be hard for me to send you back because we found that your Spirit Airlines flight would not fly you back for the funeral. You would probably get canceled there, and I want to make sure your body would return to your family.
Put me in a box or whatever.
No, we're not doing that. Egghead will just drive you home.
We'll stitch you up inside of an extra large gi. We'll just stitch it up over
In
your
a
head.
gi?
Absolutely.
Bro, talk about desecrating remains.
Get out of here, bro. You should have lived. We get to make the decisions
Put
now.
me in 4 rash guards. Just stuff me in a 4 rash
You
guards.
and John Danner
stitched
have the
together.
exact same death wish.
We'll put you in a Datsusura burial bag
Sponsored by.
made from hemp.
It's like, listen, guys, it's antimicrobial. He'll be fine. Levi extending, looking to see if he can push him off. Cade
On that
saw
leg.
an opening, and it might have been bait because now
He's in trouble.
he might be in trouble, but he maneuvers out of it well. Leary just has these great grips off of them that he maintains, and yet beautiful, instinctive movement by Cade that is almost just built in. The boys love that attack. Every time you see them, they throw a steamas, probably just to say hello to their family members.
Little steamers, little whatever.
Thank
man.
you. Yes.
Yeah, he a little snatch whatever just to just as an FU.
I mean, normally I do it just to fucking pass, like legitimately. So it's a great action reaction, but on those rare 1%ers, you definitely will get a tap that you might have to apologize for.
Fuck being a judge for $1 million in a match this close. Like, we keep seeing this where like Cade's dictating, Cade's in there, but then we see this. We see a deep submission attempt by Levi, back and forth, man, back and forth. It's you're watching an MMA fight, and one guy is controlling the center, striking with volume, whatever. But when the other guy hits, he hits hard.
Yeah,
and you're sitting there going, man. I mean, one guy's dealing damage, but the other guy's dictating. Who wins it? Who wins that round?
Man, it looks like Jones is dictating.
Oh, I don't know, man. See, he's catching Cade on the back end of all of his attempts
on the way out, almost.
Yeah, but like they're deep attempts.
I want to bring it up again. It's the grip. Every time it's the grip that makes it a little bit more seeming like an attack has happened with it when it's just a very solid attachment to that leg.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Whoop, leg.
Got something here.
Oh. I mean,
if he wins this with that calf slicer that Barboza hit on Joseph Chen, we're just going to see calf slicers going crazy at open mats for a while.
Thank you. Tomorrow we're going to see it.
Yeah.
The round ended. So
is that round 4?
Does that
I have Cade.
Does Cade gets it? I mean, he finished in a submission, right?
Yeah, I have Cade.
I think that goes to Cade.
So do we have a potential 2-2?
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to the 5th round. Let's see.
God,
if I was his corner, I would tell him it's 2-2, and you have to win this round. You have to win it. Anything less than winning this round is potential to lose.
And we've seen things where we're not certain of the consistency.
Yeah.
And because they've been swapping out different judges, different times, you will get those different interpretations. And now it is it's nerve-wracking, man. But
there
he
we
did
go.
pick it up from the judges.
2
so
to
that's
2. Let's go.
Wow.
Round 5 for a milli.
And this is Miha, Zach, and Johnny, all charged with the $1 million question. Who is going to win the under 80 kg division at the CRAIG Jones Invitational? Yee. Okay.
This is crazy.
Oh, wow. Well,
let's
Tim,
go.
If you can remember
the ballsiest move you've ever seen in your life.
If you can remember the idea of having an attachment before you pull guard, what does it say if somebody pulled guard first and then said, no, I choose to pull guard?
That's like, dude,
miming a mime.
You just won 2 rounds off your top game and you pull guard. The ballsiest man on the planet.
Yeah.
Second behind Nicky Rod, apparently.
Well, we'll find out shortly if this strategy does pay off, though. Because, yes, it is ballsy with Nicky Rod, but we still haven't seen the end of the story. We're still mid-story. We don't know.
Here's why it was ballsy, because it gives Cade a chance to dictate.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's this is like he's going to get lulled back into the pace. He has to start moving. He does, though. He has to start moving. Just make it look like something. He needs to go full Clay Guida. Rock out, dude.
Egg, we're about to find out whether I'm allergic to the lime flavoring in
You're
the
not
salt stuff.
allergic.
No, I think we're good. I think we're good.
Kevin.
He was asking. Egg was asking.
I like that Tim has taken the hard line. If you are allergic, you're not allergic.
He's mad at me.
Repeat after me, Kevin.
Start
I'm
visualizing.
not weak. It is mental overcoming adversity.
He said allergic.
There is no histamine. There is no histamine.
Allergic. Isn't that just sore throat with extra steps?
3:20 left to go in this match.
I think I'm good, which is great because the lemon lime's the best flavor.
It's super good.
It's really
So now
good.
you're just courting death multiple times as you have it.
Yeah, Death kind of got it, you know. What's her at?
So let me see here. Cade Rotolo trying to reverse Ace Ventura his way into this.
Oh, interesting.
This is really cool.
That could have turned out real bad.
I really thought he was about to hit that Krellenstein
Yeah.
play to get the pass.
Man,
A little Krellenstein drop through.
to his credit, Cade is not afraid to use his head to get a pass. Consistently just
Lawn darting.
lawn darting
I
the
know.
head in, or as we referred to it as
comes
earlier,
Jones.
wigguming.
What do you need brain cells for if you got $1 million, you know?
Yep, but you notice
That's what I always say.
every time he pushes them off, Tim, have we talked about the idea of if you are trying to attack and they neutralize it, that really is that even an attack? Because they
No.
basically
Yeah.
just said, no, fuck this. That didn't
it's
come
catching
through.
it on the glove. It didn't matter.
No.
I think, though,
It's stuffing a takedown.
Oh, double
Didn't matter.
just
it-
mouth covering right there, by the way.
this is how you know they're getting desperate.
Yeah.
I think it, not that, I would do any better, but yeah, I lost my train of thought there.
No.
Sorry,
You
guys.
said not that you would do any better, but sure, but
I
you
think
were
you got him.
you're in the process. You think who?
Yeah.
Tim's got Levi. I don't know about
Yeah.
Cade, but you got Levi.
He's no good. Yeah, no, these guys are
I
just
think Cade's winning.
fantastic.
I think Cade's fucking winning,
I
dude.
think Cade is winning as well.
Yeah,
think-
we haven't seen anything that counts near as like a deep attempt.
I'm just not understanding how they could justify not trying to give him that acknowledgement. Even if you're looking at some of these these attempts at a footlock that aren't necessarily playing through, it's not for lack of effort on Cade Rotolo's on point, but still nonetheless very, very cool
Yeah.
to watch.
1 minute.
1 minute. It's a very nerve-wracking, almost life-changing minute for one of these gentlemen, and you get the sense you don't want to make any mistakes. So Cade tries to rechamber that. Levi,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, it's intriguing in that Levi, oh man, he wants that backflip real bad.
You know what I was going to say is
Mm.
that I think to win and not just look like you're neutralizing attacks, you have to fire back.
Yeah.
You neutralize, you fire back, and then it looks
That's what Cade
It
did
looks
right there
better,
with that
yeah.
toe holder, right? Yeah.
that's the move. Even if,
Even if it doesn't matter,
Yeah.
now neither of ours mattered.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
don't-
knows he's got it. I think he's walking around because he knows he's got it. It's a little showmanship, and
Yep.
it keeps you out of danger. See
It's
this?
the
Three,
end of
two,
the MMA fight where you just let people know I'm pretty sure I won this. Try to sell it to
Yeah,
the judges.
Put your hands down. That
Mhm.
kind of thing.
You make sure you raise your hands. You make sure that you're the one.
Hit that little ollie shuffle. Yeah.
Absolutely.
hands up. Yeah,
Damn.
I mean, body language is tough. It is a performance. That audience should definitely be cheering for that young man. ADCC champion, making it all the way, making the distance with Levi Jones-Leary, putting on a tense finale to all of this. People were wondering how this would play out. It was one of the most anticipated divisions throughout the entire weekend. Definitely filled with a lot of highs. And I mean, very bluntly, up until about an hour ago, was the star of Craig Jones Invitational. Like, that weight class, in many
Yeah.
ways, rescued this event. It's not that Nicky Rod didn't do a great thing by calling out Gordon Ryan an hour ago. It's that we started slower with the big boys, and it took a little bit. It did drag. The 3 rounds, we saw a lot on that
Yeah.
day, but we knew if we just waited and didn't eat our desserts first, they would taste so much sweeter if we just were properly given the time to appreciate them.
that's true, Papa Raph.
It is. That's why I tell you, kids, eat your fucking food before you get to your desserts. Don't eat the chocolate first. So yeah, looks like they're about to make
Let's see.
life-changing money. Let's see if Levi Jones-Leary pulls off an upset or if it goes to Cade Rotolo, your former ADCC champ, now Craig Jones Invitational champ. We shall see. All right, I'm going to mute us so we can hear the decision. $49.46 for one. $48.47 for the other judges. Unanimous decision winner. Here it is. Cade Rotolo is your inaugural under 80 kilogram Craig Jones Invitational champion. Now having bragging rights in two completely different organizations. But yeah, it is well done to him. We will actually, sorry, my brain's taking a moment
I got
here.
I got you.
The reason why is because I want to put it back on mute when we hear him do his post. So fortunately, he's taking a few seconds to talk. I believe he'll be going over to Alex Wendling, but right now,
Put it up for $2 million versus Gordon.
With the winner of
Wow.
Gordon versus
Yeah, the winner.
Of course you would. Look at this guy. Shaka up there.
Look at him.
Bro,
what an
so
incredible
calm,
moment.
cool, and collected for $1 million.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I would be a mess.
No, yeah, I'd be crying.
There'd be a lot of tears.
I'd be talking shit.
Oh, hell yeah, both.
We
I'd be talking shit through the tears. Y'all
All
can't
right.
say shit to me. I got $1 million.
Speaking of not saying shit, we're going to go on mute as we hear I guess these interviews that Alex Wendling has the ability. Oh, no, I don't want to. All right, that's rough. Don't get that shot. All right, let's hear what he has to say. This is where he should say, I challenged my brother to $1 million match. Oh. Let's hear if they are going to close this out with any remarks from Craig. It feels weird, even though we just did a $1 million drop, to not utilize. Yep, looks like he's going to say hello, but we'll see if the broadcast team signs us off or if Craig says one last thing before they get on out of here. But they do the Zoom. What's that? I mean, yes, the search for more money is 100% what we need to see here, but wow. I mean, we'll be able to process this as we go, but it is something that I feel incredibly happy for Cade.
Yeah.
He's been a showman. Him and his brother have carried the sport on their shoulders to make it interesting in so many different events that you feel they've just probably been underpaid for. And they're paid well. I know they are paid well. But the fruition of this, the joy that you see them kind of having right now, it's muted, but it's a wonderful realization that they did something incredible. And yeah, I'm not quite sure what this is, but it looks like they are getting a big check
They're keeping it secret.
They don't quite know how to display that. Craig is on the mats, just kind of staring blankly at the camera. This is not a good sign off.
What is this?
It's probably an evil eye, spirit warding off, that is being handed back there. I think I see Craig with a yep. I think I
All
see
three
him.
of them in sunglasses.
I think they're gonna give.
Oh, the
charity.
So I
Fight
think
of the night.
they're doing the fight.
Most exciting.
Most
fighter.
exciting fighter.
20K.
Andrew Tackett. Good for him. Absolutely. Showed out. Very, very well deserved. And then we should have some submissions of the night, I believe they have to give out.
We should have lovable loser.
Yeah.
And then we just give them.
We'll do our awards
A gift
shortly
card.
thereafter. So I don't think anybody told Mini Tackett he's going to be on camera right now. Just discovering he's on the Jumbotron. Oh, hey, me.
Let me fix my
Yay!
hair, guys.
Good for him. You would call it a star-making turn if he didn't already have the qualities of a star that has been presented elsewhere.
Yeah. He's got a bromance with the jiu-jitsu world right now.
I want to point this out, though. You were mentioning the melee that was the end of ADCC.
Yeah.
But now, every one of these people is still staying put. There's no more show. They haven't moved.
Everybody still wants to be a part of it.
Like,
yeah.
what are we? Oh, so we're still
Submission of
doing
the
the
event.
reviews.
Lucas
so these
Kennard
motherfuckers
versus Victor Hugo.
are
Wow.
staying in their seats because they're just like,
Opposite of ADCC.
we'll see. I mean, today, but in my experience, I've seen people clear out knowing what those traffic conditions and Uber lines would be like. But submission of the event, Lucas Kennard and Victor Hugo.
Yeah.
Did he?
Looked like he popped it.
I think so.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I saw Joseph Chin. I don't know if you guys heard this. Walking outside of T-Mobile, limping, man.
No,
Oh
poor
yeah,
guy.
he's not moving good. Ty Rotolo was on a crutch.
Mm.
Yeah, they're not.
Really?
This
Yeah,
was
they're
a
moving too
war. These guys really went to war. Let's see what they have to say. They're presenting it, and why does he get to speak and the kid didn't? Why didn't Tackett get to speak? Congratulations to Lucas Kennard, who definitely had one of those moments that got us up out of our seats and made us excited. I mean, this is a little different to hype up the crowd as you're walking backwards in the middle of the pit as opposed to going up in the audience and saying, like, you happy? Did you like that?
Yeah, I would agree with you.
So everybody's still in their seats. I mean, do they have like the UFC playing in the background? Because this is, I wouldn't say an anomaly as much as it is incredibly surprising, because didn't the Karate Combat people also kind of clear out when you went to go see Karate Combat and it was done? Or do they mull around as well?
No, they were clearing out like as soon as it was like a jiu-jitsu tournament. As soon as their guy fought, they were, we're out of here. We're leaving. It wasn't like
It's
this.
just I'm fascinated by the wonderful display of decorum from a people who wanted to just come see an intergender match.
Yeah. Everybody's really happy with this event in terms of the spectators that were there.
Sure.
Yeah, they were pretty satisfied.
I mean, it made a pretty big statement, and they've dimmed the lights, so maybe there is all the more reason for them to do it. Let's see if there's a presentation or something that's come. Oh, here we go. Let's hear from Craig Jones. Okay. Well, Craig walked out to the center of the pit and he asked for the audience to cheer loudly for the possibility of the Craig Jones Invitational 2,
Dude.
as if maybe to suggest that if they didn't cheer loud enough, there would not be a second iteration of this show.
I think what we're seeing is Craig Jones becoming the leader of jiu-jitsu. They were waiting to be dismissed. They were like, we're not going to go until Craig says we can go. And he's like, okay, you guys want another one? Okay, after party, he's dismissed.
And like, to be specific, that's part of the reason why I looked around and I started complimenting how orderly everybody was.
Yeah.
And why I said, Craig's got to get up there and speak.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
It's
they
the
need
encore.
the interpreter. And I think it's part of the plan. They just have to do the production notes, like hit this, go here, do this spot. This person's talking now. Let's do this shot. Let's get the kids with their money for the extra bonuses. Good Lord.
Yeah, it's
Somebody
the
should
encore,
frame
man.
that one. I just think to myself, we should do it next year, but this was leaning toward the information that we had gotten, which was not that it was a full assurance they'd do another one, but that it was looking very likely they will do a Craig Jones Invitational 2 tonight, making the statement to close out this show. Yeah, it's happening. It's a real thing. So, I guess, oh, look at this. This is, holy shit.
They're giving credit.
I have never seen, well, we usually give credit to, so let's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just saying you usually don't see this from these guys.
No, it's not even that. It's just from my vision. I used to have a credit maker that went this slow, but I had it for VHS tapes.
That's great.
That literally, like, this crawl is as slow as mine used to be.
The TV on the right crawls faster. Oh, it's a little bit header.
No,
Yeah.
it's. I know what slow it is. I mean, this is a snail's pace of slow crawl. But we will say credit to all of these individuals who really put on a show. And you know, part of the reason why I like doing end credits on my show is I like people to get credit for what they did. Like, this is hard work. Like, this is a version of it, but what they put on was an incredible spectacle that didn't exist 4 months ago, was essentially made on a dare. And yeah, all these people coming together at the very last minute. Very cool. Ali Build Team, Master Yoda.
Okay.
Yep. Yes, sir. Support staff, the homie, Jorge, George, love you, bud. Good to see you, buddy. He just basically sent on over one of the coolest rash guards. I'll show you guys a little bit later. But yes, they definitely have had some great help. And we're going to get to a post-show in a few minutes. But I'm wondering for both of you guys, before we go into any post-show elements, what are you feeling from all of this? Like, what is your initial impression? We just got a note here for Wealth for the 99% that says incredible event. But I'd love for something a little bit more articulate in terms of what was incredible and why was it incredible. And I'll go ahead and start with you, Tim. What made this so incredible? What made this so compelling?
Well, what made it so compelling is there's a couple things. One is the rise of Gordon Ryan, the rise of the Danaher Death Squad, and then the split. All right. All of this is like a ripple off of that split that's still impacting the jiu-jitsu world today, which is kind of hilarious and kind of sad at the same time. But ultimately, that split led to this, you know, historical organization for no-gi jiu-jitsu. You know, maybe some people didn't like it. Maybe some people did. But the characters and the way they aligned with the split made it to where there was such an intense story behind it. And leading up to this, I kept telling myself, like, I want to get these questions answered. I want to know what's going to happen. I want to know what's going to happen. And they delivered. They delivered really well, and the athletes showed up. And for me, I was like, man, if these athletes try to game the system, it's going to end up boring. And they didn't. It ended up really exciting. They got a great payoff for the main event. That Tackett Rotolo, that thing's going to go on forever. That's a brilliant match. That's historic for them.
I'm glad you got to see that, though. That looked like such an incredible thing to witness live. Kevin, I'll come to you for your response. What do you make of all this? Like, what made this so impressive or compelling to you?
I think it's really hard. You've heard like how humans have a hard time visualizing what a million is, and I think it's true in real terms, and I think it's true in like emotional terms, like the impact and what that can have on a person. And we saw, 32 athletes with $1 million in their eyes, and what it did and how it changed them. And I think seeing 32 people in pursuit of life-changing money was a lot more real and a lot more compelling than I honestly expected. I felt like this was going to be ADCC or any other tournament, EBI, even something like, dare I say it, the Olympics, where people are like, oh yeah, I've been dreaming for this my whole life, this gold medal. But at the end of it, you get that gold medal, you probably get some sponsorships, maybe some media appearances, and then you go back to your life. You get to tell your kids about it, you do whatever.
Right.
You go coach somewhere, maybe you open up a little training center.
Do some seminars.
Yeah, you do the same thing that success in jiu-jitsu has always brought you, or success in any of these other sports that don't have mainstream money. Getting to be there while you see people pursue major sport money, first deal in the NFL money, it was really, really striking to me. I was absolutely taken aback at the difference. You were talking about like gaming the rule set, people coming in to game. We didn't see that.
No.
We did not see that. We saw people coming in trying to put it all on the line. You talked about like athletes limping around afterwards. Like, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. If he wants this, he's going to have to break me. I'm not tapping. It's going to have to, I'm getting out by the skin of my teeth, or I'm taking that damage, dude.
This is how you can tell the difference between like a competitor at the table and me being like, no, everyone get home safe. Text me when you walk home safe. No, I get it.
$1 million, there's going to be no panic taps, dude. If I can get out and limp into the next round, I'm getting out and limping into the next round.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no next year for me. I'm going for it.
Well, now that you say that, it puts that back into context for me, because I remembered there was a distinct moment we were watching where we saw Ty Rotolo competing and we thought, oh, is he limping while he's trying to pass? But he was still trying to pass because the money was online.
Yeah.
And Ty was not submitted, was he?
No, I think he lost.
It came down to decision.
Came down to decision. Yeah. So that dude's limping, and that meant that other things were still happening to him, but continue to press on for that $1 million prize. So it does change. This science experiment does require some more thought. So gentlemen, here's kind of what I'm thinking we do. What we're going to do right now, I think we're going to take a pause, and we're going to come back in about 20 minutes, I think, with the post show. So it's going to give our guys some time to breathe, take a few moments, and then we're going to close it up for the night. But for right now, we want you guys to just enjoy a few minutes, and then once we close it up, we're going to close up today's action and then start getting ready for tomorrow's show. So for right now, go ahead and take a break. But wherever you're watching this, come back and see us for the end post show. Thank you so much for watching. And again, thank you to all of our presenting sponsors. Big shout outs to our friends over at Salt Electrolytes, who are our presenting sponsor today. We love you guys. Also, big ups to our good friends over at Gold BJJ, Future Kimonos. You guys have been incredible partners to work with. And of course, Inverted Gear. You guys came through at the last minute. Cannot thank you enough. And I believe there was also maybe some CBD given. We'll have more information about that a little bit later. But for right now, you guys, we are going to do this. And it says, just before we get out of here, these last two comments before the post show. So what was the big secret announcement? There was none. They just basically said they're coming back.
Yeah.
And that they're doing it again in 2025. I don't think it was a secret as much as just a confirmation and a relief that, yes, this wasn't just a one-time thing, because that's the fear. And the second part was this, and it says, changing the culture moment. Absolutely. And as we take some time to process what that is, go get yourself a drink and then come back with us. And I believe there's an end of a UFC fight coming up very, very soon. So we'll see you at the tail end of all of that, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a great day for grappling. We'll see you back on the mats.